Perfect, thank you. First, just starting to say thank you for the invitation for Recorded Future to come out here and to participate in this event. Love the turnout, a lot of people here, so excited to have these conversations in a little bit here. About Recorded Future, so the platform is a cyber threat intelligence program. It's a SaaS solution that integrates with your technology. Really what the goal of Recorded Future is to enrich the data that you're seeing, but also offer you the opportunity to use the tool to threat hunt within your environment. You can use our malware intelligence, you can use the attack surface, you can understand the environment, you can understand the types of threats that your organization is facing, and you can also then use that to strategically, based on the criticality of whatever the threat is that your organization is facing, to put teams into motion with pragmatic results and being strategic in terms of the mitigation that you choose to administer in your environment. But Recorded Future, I think, is one of the leading platforms that out there, and we're just excited to be here today. But thank you guys for the time.
Thanks, Rich. And I can also vouch for Recorded Future. I spent a great 4.5 years there. It's definitely not one of the leading intelligence platform out there. So, but I'm Nick Jewett. I'm with Halcyon. I've been here over 2 years. I live in the Dallas area. I see a lot of familiar faces out there. Myself and Tim West, who's here at the front in the colorful polo. We are representing Halcyon this evening. But I can talk a little bit about Halcyon here. At our bare bones, Halcyon, we are solely focused on eliminating that risk of downtime and data loss from ransomware. I know everyone out there, I'm gonna make an assumption, which I was told never to do in my career, but I'm gonna assume you all have some sort of EDR platform out there. The big three we see are SentinelOne, CrowdStrike, Defender for Endpoint, but we're gonna be very complementary to those tools. And we're also going to be very complementary to your cohesities, rubrics, any sort of immutable backup that you have in place. So we'll sit in between there where we've identified as the ransomware gap. As you all are probably aware, 100% of successful ransomware attacks, they are going to bypass those security controls that you have in place. There's multiple different attack vectors to get in to a specific environment. So as we're going to deploy wherever your EDR is, so all your workstations and servers compatible with Windows and Linux OS. But what Halcyon, what we can do to work a little bit backwards is where we're deployed in an environment, say 0-day hits, it's a ransomware variant that we haven't recognized or seen in the past. We actually have a patented technology where we will intercept the encryption key material. And it's all based on random number generation and cryptography. If you want more details, you can talk to Tim West about it up here. But what we'll be able to do is essentially intercept the encryption keys. We'll evict the threat actor. So we'll isolate that ransomware incident down to one system or machine, which absolutely eliminates the blast radius, which in one of the worst days of your career going through a ransomware attack or incident, and you get it isolated to one system or machine, that's pretty darn good. And then on the back end, Tim and his unbelievable professional services teams, they're going to start building out a custom decryptor. So bottom line, we're going to be able to decrypt at the endpoint level, so then you don't have to go and deploy your immutable backups and snapshots and things like that. So we'll have you back up and running in minutes, maybe hours, depending on the scale and scope. So another area that we're going to focus on is going to be data exfiltration. As you guys have seen in the kill chain shows, one of the first things that they're going to do is they're going to grab your data. I think a perfect example was Ransom Hub, which was one of the top ransomware families out there. I believe they changed their name maybe to Dragon Force. I don't know. They're all blended together sometimes, but they're notorious for sending loads of data to Vega.io. So we'll be able to alert on that and then help you all with the early warning system of getting in there. So Halcyon. Anti-ransomware prevention and recovery. Thank you.
Hi, Barb Kiernan, and I think I know many of you in this room. I've done, I don't know, 10 events with Robin, I think, over the years, so great to see everyone. So I was previously with Zerto, now I'm with Cohesity, and Zerto and Cohesity work better together, so I didn't go to a competitor. So Cohesity is a backup and recovery tool. and a cyber recovery tool. So the security tools we work with, we don't replace. We are actually a immutable copy of your data that you can recover from, that the hackers can't get into. We have quorum access and all these things. So they cannot go in and change your data, they can't take your data. So we're preventing that reinfection that happens so often. They say, oh, I have a copy, and we're just gonna recover from that. Well, the ransomware's in there. We also have a vault, we can help you with a clean room. And again, we integrate with all security tools. We don't try to do things that they do better than us. We integrate with them and use their expertise to, once you do have an attack. And we also have a certification team that comes in and helps you with recover from those attacks, and so that everything can be recoverable, and also the exfiltration, helping to prevent from that. And we have Dr. Z in the house, all the way from the Northwest. He's our field CTO. He's leading one of the tables. So if you have any questions, you can do a deeper dive. And thank you.
I think Nick used a minute of mine, so.
Intentional.
No, Justin Swanner with Observo. Thank you guys for having us out here. So we are a data pipeline management company, and I talked to a bunch of you guys out there at the table, but just a simplified metaphor for it. You know, you have a bunch of tools, and a lot of the tools up here that are designed to find the needle in the haystack when you're talking about data and, you know, incident response. Our goal is to shrink that haystack, making every other tool that you have inside of your environment just a little bit better. The biggest problem that many people face, you know, day in, day out is data. The vast amount of data, you introduce AI, machine learning, and all these other things. Your company's not only trying to adopt all of that to bring in more, but that causes more stress for your own teams and your own environments to have to filter that. So a couple of the different problems that we solve, and the way that, you know, kind of we justify the platform itself is, you know, when you're optimizing that data, not all data being created equal, you're able to save, you know, massive amounts on the SIM cost, right? The thing that might cost the most. We're not replacing the SIM by any means, but that is one option. A secondary thing that we see a lot from our customers is you might have, you know, 10 terabytes that are going in from a daily ingestion standpoint. You've probably spent the last 2 or 3 years, you know, peeling that down from 15. So you have data out there that's not necessarily being looked at. Our goal allows you to be able to go and see that data, bringing it all in without having to raise those SIM costs. And then finally, you know, bringing the power back to yourself and the customer. You can be completely vendor agnostic on what you're doing. So if you need to move SIMs, migrate clouds, different things like that, your data pipeline is in place. So at the end of the day, again, like kind of leaving it with it, you know, we're trying to shrink the haystacks to help you guys find that needle.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Ball from Glean. I'm a strategic account executive. And I just want to say thank you to Robin and the Xchange team, as well as the folks here at Stonebriar for putting on such a great event. I'll forgive her for doing this on the opening night of the Cowboys. No one tell me to score, I'm recording it at home. But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Glean. Glean is a work enterprise AI platform that delivers on the promise of helping your employees be more efficient and more productive at work. We've all heard a lot about AI over the last few years. I'm sure you guys are a little sick of hearing about it. But what makes Glean very differentiated is we operate like your own personal assistant through a very customized knowledge graph and retrieval model for every individual employee. So imagine having your own assistant that's read every document within your organization, has read every ticket, has been in every meeting, has gone over every call, and you can ask questions of that assistant and have that assistant do work on your behalf. That's Glean. And we do that by connecting to over 100 data sources natively, whether if it's for engineering, for sales, for HR, to help you consolidate your AI tools. Today, most organizations are operating very siloed. Maybe you have a ServiceNow agent, maybe you have something in, you know, Salesforce or Copilot. Glean helps stitch all of that together to give you a singular platform that your builders can build upon, whether if they're technical or not. No code, low code, full code, we meet you where your users are and help you deliver on gaining more efficient employees. Obviously, that's good for every business. And my peer, Anwesh, from a technical side, is going to be here tonight as well. So if you guys have any questions, we'd love to answer them for you. Thank you.